What is true love? We're going to answer that question and a few others. So, society has taught us to look out of ourselves for someone to complete us. This is narcissism. We are already whole and complete within ourselves. Everything we need is within us. The great guru Jesus taught us, seek ye first the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is within you. It's right here in our heart. This is Hawk from Helpful Hawk Healing, where we're freeing human hearts. Thank you for healing. Check in the description below for a link to other healing tools. Thank you so much. So we are complete, and true love is free in all ways. True love comes from within, and we generate those feelings from within. When you've been in love with a person and it's like, oh my God, they are the greatest thing ever, you are generating those feelings. You are generating those feelings. They're coming from right here. Look yourself in the mirror, even with all your imperfections, and generate those feelings. Think about the greatest time you were in love and push that towards you. Because essentially that's what you were doing anyway. You are whole and complete within yourself, and everything you need is within you. Everything you need is within you. You only have to ask the question. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. The answer is within you. Well, where do I find it in me? Ask yourself that. It may take a while before yourself answers. Okay. Are you going to be any worse off waiting a while? So, true love accepts good and bad unconditionally. It is we who judge what is good and bad. We decide what is good and bad. And maybe what is good and bad for them is not good and bad for me. Maybe what they would deem as a bad thing, I see as a good thing, and vice versa. That's where our free will comes into effect. We decide what we're feeling. We decide what we're thinking. And we decide how we're loving. True love has boundaries. It doesn't have walls, it has boundaries. And loving yourself and loving another enough to enforce that boundary is important. There's just no way around it. You have to have boundaries or you're going to get taken advantage of, possibly to an extreme killed. You have to have boundaries and you have to enforce them. You don't have to be a jerk about it. But if they're being a jerk and they only understand you being a jerk, fine. F off, dude. Don't come back. True love accepts no abuse from us towards ourselves or to us or from us towards others. True love accepts no abuse, no manipulation. Well, if you truly love me, you'd do this for me. If you truly love me, you'd accept me as I am. Point out where I might have a flaw and allow me to point out where you have a flaw, and we can work together on figuring out our flaws and how we can communicate better. But that manipulative, if you truly love me, you do this. That's manipulation, and that is a form of abuse. True love gives without expecting in return. It truly does. I'm putting these videos out. I'm not expecting anything from them. I am praying and hoping that you're gaining some kind of positive influence from it that will make your life and the lives of those around you better. I truly am. I want everyone on this planet to be healed, to be free, to love themselves. True love heals. True unconditional love heals from the inside out. True love heals. There's no way around it. True love heals from the inside out. It'll heal all those old wounds. By going back to those old wounds, bringing them up and looking at them, feeling those feelings till they no longer need to be felt, comforting that child, that inner child, and loving that inner child. You heal those wounds, you disconnect those emotions, and then that child is free. We can time travel. And we can feel those feelings till they no longer need to be felt. True love allows others to make their own mistakes and have learning experiences. True love doesn't protect you, and true love doesn't protect them. If you protect a child from always falling down, the first time they fall down away from you, they're not going to know what to do. If you protect a child by seeing them fall down and you say, stand up, okay, go ahead, they realize all I did was fall down. But if you, oh, are you okay? Your mama's little boy, you're hurting them. Keeping them from making their own mistakes keeps them from empowering themselves. And true love allows them. I'm not saying let a child walk off a cliff. I'm not saying push a child down a set of stairs. I'm saying let them have their learning experiences, because that's how they learn. And unfortunately, on this planet, that's the way we learn, is through pain. We learn not to stick our hand in a fire by sticking our hand in a fire. True love is universal quantum energy. The energy of the universe, known as quantum energy, is all made out of God's love, the Creator's love, the Maker's love. And if you're an atheist, well, fine. Quantum energy is malleable. How about that? We can use the power of the universe in any way we choose. We see life as happening to us, then for us, then through us, and then we realize it's always been happening as us. To us, through us, for us, as us. It's always happening as us. It's just a matter of our perspective, and we get to choose our perspective. True love doesn't judge the self or the others as right or wrong. Your experience is not the same as my experience, and your experience and my experience don't have to be the same. What you see as right things, I might see as wrong things, and that's okay. You might see it's okay to have a beer. For me, I don't see it's okay to have a beer. For one thing, it no longer has any effect on me, and for another, when I drank a certain amount of beer, I got to be a jerk. If I put whiskey on top of it, wow, it could get outlandish. You know, so for me, that doesn't work anymore. But I don't judge people wrong for doing it. Love simply exists. It's a being state. When you get your mind out of the way of your heart and actually listen to all those signals that the heart sends to the brain, because the heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. It's scientifically proven. When you get your brain out of the way of the heart, you find that love is just simply a state of being. It's just simply a state of being. True love is received when it's given. When you give love to someone, you're receiving it back because you're bouncing it off of them and getting it back, even if they're not returning it. When you give a hug, give the hug you want to receive. And if the other person knows this and they're giving the hug they want to receive, you create this cycle of incredible, incredible loving energy. Give the kiss you want to receive. Give the love you want to receive. And if they don't give it back to you, say that's okay. I've got more. Don't let them hurt you. True love is grateful for every experience. No matter whether we deem it as a good experience or a bad experience, every experience stacks up to who we are now. And by letting go of the emotional attachment to it, true love is grateful for every experience. True love has no regrets. The closest I come to having any regrets at all is not seeing Rush play live before Neil Peart passed away. That's as close as I come. Anything else that my mind wants to tell me, oh, I regret that happening, I regret this happening, I would not be here who I am in front of you now, being able to talk to you and share an experience with you if it hadn't been for everything that came to it. So thank you. I truly love you. Truly love yourself. I am enough. I love myself and I am free. I love you too.